Yeah, hello friends. Very sorry for the delay. I was actually waiting for some other link because I was not expecting the same link today. For that reason, there was some communication between me and the management. Okay, fine. I can see most of you are coming from last couple of days, but I think Ram, I think this is the first session for you, right? Ram G.
Yes.
Uh, Actually, Ram, we have done some basic sessions. Actually, we have done some demo sessions. We have not yet, started our main syllabus. And Jayesh Yadav, I think you are also joining for the first day.
Actually, one session I have done last before day. Actually,
Okay.
last day I didn't get link. I'm trying to reaching out him, but they are not unable to support or coordinate.
Yeah, so there was some problem actually for last couple of days with the management. I was also not getting linked properly. But anyhow, what I'm trying to say here is I have already started this, okay, I should not say I already started, but I can say I have just done some demo. I have just conducted some demo sessions where we have discussed about like what is cloud, what is there inside cloud, like how it is working, okay, what are the career opportunities we have in cloud computing and how it is different from on-premise network and all those things. Okay, so today is actually the first official class. Again, it's a very simple and basic class, but demos, whatever we have done in the demo, I'll be repeating, I'll be going through all the topics again from scratch. Okay, so just try to attend this session, and in case if you have any doubts or questions, we can simply go back to the demo sessions. Hopefully management will share the demo sessions with you, or else I'll be available for you. So if you have any doubts, you can come to me at any time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let us go with the again some very basics of cloud. See here, my friend, cloud is a very big ocean in a way. So how much basics we can understand about cloud, that much it will be easy for us to go through with the advanced concepts. So next couple of days I'll be just taking you through the basics of cloud. I'll just try to explain your cloud in the simplest and the easiest way. Fine. Now we know something about cloud, right? Like except Ram, maybe the other people, they are already coming for like a couple of classes there, so they know what is cloud. So what we have discussed about cloud here, friends, see, first of all, when people says cloud is a new technology or cloud is something which is new, no, my friend, it's not new technology. See, the day one when you started using internet, maybe it was 2015 or maybe it was 2010 or maybe it was 2005, whatever. When you started using internet without having any knowledge of cloud, or maybe without hearing the terminology cloud computing back in the back at that time, you already started connecting to cloud, you already started using cloud. So cloud is not a new technology, my friend. Okay, the terminology or the concept is presented as a new concept, but actually it is coming from our previous generation concepts. So cloud is a concept that is directly related with our computer networks, directly related with our servers, directly related with our storage, directly related with our database. So see, servers, networks, security, firewall, storage, database, these are the terminologies, or these are the technologies we have for last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right? So the difference here is, back in those days, we used to take a physical server, physical storage, physical networking devices like routers and switches, physical security like your firewalls. Okay, so we used to take all the physical devices. But in cloud technology, all these devices we are taking in virtual form. In cloud technology, all these devices we are taking in virtual form. That means these devices are offered to us by a company on lease or on rent. So we just go there and we just use them and we pay money according to our usage. I repeat, we just go there, we pay them, and we use them and we pay, actually not pay and use. Okay, both the options are available actually, prepaid and postpaid. Both the options are available in cloud. If you pay before you use, like there are certain companies which are already there, they're already established, and they know like for next 1 year or next 2 years and for next 6 months they have a project on their hand, and for this particular project they need certain resources. So they're damn sure about this, right? So what these companies can do, they can go with the prepaid option. First they will pay and they will use the resources. So what is the advantage they are getting if they prepaid? The advantage they will get in the prepaid option is they may get a discount up to like 70, 72%, 73%. That's a big discount, right? So whenever we are getting some festivals, if you are getting discount for like 20 or 30%, we are more than happy. But here, company may get up to like 70% or 75% if they prepaid for the resources. If they prepaid for the resources. Okay. Or if it is a new company, a new startup, so what these people can do, they can start using the resources and then they can go and pay the money later, like after 1 month or 2 months or whatever. See, AWS people, they will give the time for 3 months. Like last month was August, right? August bill will be generated in September 1st day or 2nd day. August bill will be generated. Let me just go to my account actually. Let me see with the whether the bill is generated or not. Okay, no bill has been generated because this account I have created on April 24th. So it is still a new account, right? So I'm using this only for like, 7, 8 days or 10 days actually, or 12 days. So till now for the month of August, there was no bill. Maybe in next month, October 1st or 2nd, I will get some bill there. Okay, so although my account is a free account, but when I use these services, some minimum charges will be applied, like maybe 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees per month. Okay, so the concept in cloud is the resources that we use are these resources that we need actually, like servers, firewall, routers, storage. All these resources we can take from a cloud provider and we can use them for our business, or we can use them to store our data and to run our application. This is the actual concept of cloud. So server is not a new thing, router is not a new thing, firewall is not a new thing, switch or a storage is not a new thing, application or data is not a new thing, right? So what is the difference here, my friend? Just try to understand the difference. On-premise network, cloud network. On-premise network, whatever devices we were using for last many decades, same devices are available over the cloud. But the difference here is on-premise networks, on-premise devices, we have to build our network from scratch. From where we start building the network. There will be multiple teams involved here actually, starting from the networking team. People who do CCNA and CCNP courses, see, can you see? All these are cables, the green color one are the cables and the black color frames, what you see, they are actually known as rack, and these are your switches. This device is what? This device is your switch. Okay. So we have to start from here. So the switch that we are using here, the same switch will be available in the cloud. Okay, so what is the difference here? Like I said, the difference is we are taking everything on lease. By paying the money as a prepaid money or postpaid money, whatever, we are taking everything on lease. So when you take the resources on lease, cloud provider is providing you resources from this particular data center. See the back side, my friend. It is not the graphic image actually. I have not taken this image from any movie or anywhere. This is a data center which is there somewhere in cloud. And what we have in this data center, the same devices what we were using in our on-premise data center. Okay, now the terminologies are different. Let me just introduce you to some terminologies here. So if you go with on-premise, we use server hardware. We have server operating system. Now coming to server hardware, from where we can take server hardware? Companies like IBM, HP, Dell. These are, very famous companies that will manufacture your servers. So if I say IBM servers here, see, we have many servers here, my friend. Servers will come with very high configuration. Just go to this ibm.com website and you can just see all the servers which are available here. See, these are some of the servers here. If you want to go to the specification of the server, you can simply go to the specification and you can see all the details there. Just for knowledge purpose, you can just, go through these features and go through the, different, see, components of this particular server. So they are comparing these servers with many other servers actually. So you can see all these things. So server is a server, right? Server is a server where we have lot of hardware resources. Okay. Now, server operating system, basically there are only two companies, right? One is your Windows, another one is your Unix or Linux. Okay, in Unix or Linux, there are different flavors like HP, IBM softwares, Mac OS. Under Linux, we have something called, Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu Linux, CentOS, Fedora, Kali, Debian, SUSE. There are many OS. Okay, but overall, if you just divide the server operating systems, there are only two categories. One is a Windows category, another one is your Unix or Linux category. So in on-premise network, we have to go with the server hardware and server operating system. Then we have to bring some storage device. If I can take you to some storage device here, EMC is quite a famous company that manufactures storage devices. And see, this is a storage device. So when I say storage, it is a device that is, specially designed to keep only data, to store only data. We are not running any applications there. Okay, there will be an operating system, a basic operating system. In most of the cases, it will be a basic Linux operating system. But overall, it is a device that is specially designed to store our data. Whatever you see here, all these are actually your hard drives. All these are your hard drives here. Okay, so a storage device can have maybe like 500 TB hard disk or 1000 TB hard disk or more. So if 500 TB hard disk storage device is not sufficient, then we have to take two storage devices with 500 TB, 500 TB. If this is also not sufficient, then we have to go with like third device. See, there are many options available there, right? It's not mandatory like you should take only one storage device with like 1500 TB. You can go with like 10 devices with 200 TB of capacity. Fine. So these are the storage devices we have here, my friend. Done. So third one is storage. Then can we imagine a computer network without security? No. So we have to go with firewalls. Okay. So in firewall, there are different companies like Cisco, Juniper, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Huawei. Okay, these are some of the very famous companies which manufacture your firewalls. You simply cannot imagine a company's network without firewall, my friend. Firewall is a device that protects your network from unauthorized access. Now in firewall, actually, there are two types of firewall. One is a hardware firewall. Another one is your software firewall. So if you go with hardware firewall, let us say Cisco firewall. This is your hardware firewall. So the size of this firewall will be something like your laptop or maybe a bit bigger than your laptop. Done. So it has its own operating system, it has its own commands, it has its own configuration, everything will be there inside this firewall. So this firewall we will use. But there is one more firewall actually that is called software firewall. The best example I can take of software firewall is our antivirus software that we have in our computers or antivirus software that we have in our mobile phones actually. So the physical firewall responsibility is it will protect our network from unauthorized access, hackers. Have you ever imagined actually, at least in last 2-3 years actually, from 2020, because of COVID restrictions and all those things, we were hearing the terminology as work from home, right? But you know, my friend, work from home is not a new service, or it's not a new way of working. Work from home is here from last 20, 30, 40 years. But due to this, you know, COVID restrictions, it just became more famous. But you know, I remember people, they're working for, you know, right now the time is 9:30 p.m. Many of our Indian friends actually, they will log in now. 9:30, 10 p.m. They will simply log in, and you know what they do? They will work for the US based companies. Here it is 9:30 p.m. So there it is approximately 9:30 a.m. right? So their job begins now, and they will work till morning 5 a.m. or whatever. Okay, so this is again what? Work from home, or technically we call it as remote login or remote access. Work from home is a very generic name, a very simple and common name. The technical name is remote access. So a person is sitting in Chennai, he is connected to a server which is there in New York. So between the Chennai person and the New York server, there is a firewall. So in that particular firewall, there is a security administrator who is allowing that, you know, connection. Then only the communication will be established. Then only the communication will be established. Okay, so firewalls will be there obviously. Without firewalls, we simply cannot imagine a network. So every device has a particular role to play. When you talk about a computer network, all these devices will come together and they work as a team. The best example we can take here is our cricket team. You know, batsmen have to play their role, wicket keeper has their role, bowlers, seam bowlers, or spinners, every person has a role, right? So at the end of the day, there is a team. In our computer network also, my friend, every device has a particular role. Okay, so let me just add one more very important device here. That is called a router. If you want to establish communication from your network and the internet, then we need a router. Or if you want to establish communication between your office, your branch, which is there in Delhi, and one more branch, which is there in Dubai, then you need a router in Delhi branch, you need a router in Dubai branch. So without router, you cannot establish communication. Without firewall, you cannot provide security. Without storage, you cannot store data. Without server operating system, we cannot run application. And without server hardware, we cannot run our server operating system. Everything is, you know, connected with each other. One of the group, one of the team is not working here properly, it will affect all the other teams. If this firewall team is not configuring firewall properly, then, you know, it will affect our storage also, it will affect our server operating system also. Okay, so this is our on-premise network that we are using for last many decades. See, we can trace computer network history from 1960s, 1970s. Actually, from 1980s, it became more famous and more devices and more companies came, but the traces are from 1960s. Okay, now this is on-premise network. Who should manage this on-premise network? Let us say you are working in a company with the name Infosys. Infosys people should bring all the servers, each and every server OS, the storage devices, different firewalls, and different routers. And this Infosys people, they should bring a team to manage server hardware, different teams on server OS. One team is on Windows server, one team is on Linux server. Storage, separate team, firewall, separate team, router, separate team. So they have to bring all these things. Okay, fine. Making the on-premise network was a bit painful. I always use this terminology as painful because it was indeed painful. You know, it is a very difficult task to connect all the devices and maintain all the connections. It is indeed a very difficult task. Okay, but anyhow, computer networks are working like this. But then the concept of cloud computing came. In cloud computing, server hardware is there from same company, IBM, HP, Dell, Lenovo, whatever. Server operating system is there, same Windows servers and Linux servers. Okay, storage, same EMC storage is there. Firewall, okay, same firewall is there. Palo Alto, Cisco, Juniper. Router, again same router is there. But the difference here is none of these devices are managed by you and me. Let us say again, we are working in the same company, Infosys. Let's say 10 years before we were working in Infosys, I was managing, let's say, firewall. Let's say Pawan Kalyan was managing a router. Shah Rukh Khan was managing storage. Let's say Deepika was managing servers and some other person. Like say different people were managing these physical machines. But now in cloud, I'm not managing all these physical machines, but I'm managing storage. Someone is managing firewall. Someone is managing server OS. Someone is managing router. We still have the same group of people who are managing all these resources, but this time the resources are there in the form of a virtual device. They are in the form of a service. We will not get a server hardware, we will get a virtual machine. We will not get the server operating system, we will get the AMI, Amazon Machine Image. What is the difference between server operating system and AMI? Nothing. Each and every command, each and every feature, everything is same. The difference here is server OS we install manually. The operating system we get in cloud, it is already ready for us. Within 30 seconds, I can start using that operating system. Storage, I can take 500 GB storage now. I used to take 500 GB storage maybe like 20 years before. See, concept wise, everything is same. So cloud computing is a concept which is a continuity of our existing concepts. It's not like it's a completely new concept. No, my friend, it is not a new concept. Okay, so it is coming from our existing concept. So let me just write down the terminologies here. Virtual hardware. Let me just select virtual machine. Server OS is known as AMI, Amazon Machine Image. Okay, I'm saying Amazon Machine Image because we are talking about Amazon Web Services, right? In Google, they may call it as, they may call with other name. In Microsoft, they may call it with some other name. But overall, it is a image. Okay. Storage is a storage here. Okay. Normally, we have some services like EBS, Elastic Block Store, or we have a service like S3. It takes at least 1 week for us to complete the storage services, EBS and S3. Firewall, we call it as security group, and router, we call it as route table. Done. That's it. I call it in security, sorry, in AWS, we call it as security group. In AWS, we call it as security group. In physical setup, we call it as firewall. In AWS, we call it as virtual machine. In physical network, we call it as server hardware. You know, I was learning about server hardwares and routers, okay, server operating system in the year 2005, 2006. I started learning about all these things back in those days, 5 and 6, way back, right? When I started my cloud journey and when I started learning about cloud concepts like some 7, 8 years before, I was very happy for myself actually, because this security group, when I was learning in cloud computing, this security group is, if I can say exactly like this, I'm not wrong actually. When I was learning about the route table, it was like a router in our physical network. I was very happy. Virtual machine, it was like your physical server. AMI, it is your server operating system. So if someone is coming from Linux background here, one module will be very easy for him. If someone has already done CCNA here, the networking module will be very easy. If someone is having some knowledge on securities, firewalls, that particular module will be very easy. But again, if you're coming from zero background, let me just tell you one thing. I have done most of the things in my career, my friend. So I hope with my experience, you will not feel any difficulty in understanding all these concepts. Okay, so once you get a job in a company, maybe your responsibility is on security. Maybe your responsibility is on storage. Maybe your responsibility is on AMI, or maybe your responsibility is something related with your networks, route tables and VPCs and all those things. Actually, this makes cloud computing very interesting. We are learning many things here and we have many opportunities. You may get a job in cloud, or once you get a job in cloud, you may get a responsibility to work only with virtual machines. That's it. Storage, security, all these things, you're not worried because there is some other person who is worried or who is taking care of all these technologies or all these services. See, this is a teamwork. Maybe maybe you're much better in security group. But once you join a company, there are already set of people who are working on security group. So what your company will do, they will take you to the virtual machines group and they will say like your responsibility is managing these virtual machines. So within couple of days, you will be more familiar with these virtual machines. Already you have completed the course, right? Already you know everything. But maybe it can take 1 or 2 days for you to go back to the virtual machines, because maybe for last 18 months you were working in one company and your responsibility was on security group. Now you change the company and suddenly the company people, they are asking you to work on virtual machines. So it may take maximum couple of hours or couple of days actually to just revise and recall each and everything that you know about these virtual machines. So this is our cloud journey, my friend. Now tell me, any network, any computer network, any business, where all these components are not available? No. This makes cloud so much valuable. This makes cloud so much demanding. Although our work has been reduced here, when I say reduced, actually I'm talking about the physical work. Physical work has reduced, but my friend, still the configuration part, okay, everything will remain same. Let me just show you a small demo actually here. I'll just go back to my AWS console. I think I'm already logged in. Yeah, see here, it will show you all the regions. It's up to you to select any region. Like in India, we have Hyderabad region and Mumbai. Hopefully in a couple of classes, we will go through all the regions and I'll explain you like which region to select, when to select which region, on what basis we need to select the region. It will take me one session actually to go through all these things. Anyhow, as of now, you can select any of this region. These are the places actually where AWS people have these data centers, huge data centers. Once we finish our class, just go to Google and search AWS data centers in Hyderabad or AWS data centers in Mumbai. These are the two places in India where AWS people have their data centers. So there it will be like, more easier for us to understand how big it is. Anyhow, I'll just connect to any of this data center or any of this region. Okay, let me just go with this Singapore only. I'm already connected to Singapore. See, if I go to this services option, can you see here? EC2. This is a service that is related with virtual servers. VPC. This is a service that is related with networks. CloudWatch. This is a service that is related with monitoring. This is a service SNS that is related with notification. Route 53 is a service that is related with DNS. Active Directory is a service that is related with DNS service. S3 is a service that is related with your storage. So now all the physical devices what we have, these physical devices we can get in a form of a service. So once if I click on this EC2, I will get all the details of this EC2, what we can do with this EC2 actually. See how many instances are running, what about security group here, how many IP addresses we have here, okay, what about load balancer concepts, how much storage we have here, what is this auto scaling group, all these things we need to learn here. Got it? All these things we need to learn. For example, if I go to volumes here, let's say I need some volume in storage. Okay, suppose I'm working in a storage team and my company is asking me to take some storage from cloud. We don't have any storage in our company, right? Everything we are borrowing from the cloud provider. So the company is asking us to take some storage. So what I'll do now, I'll just say create volume here. 100 GB is too much. I'll just go with like say 12 GB. Okay, so I'll say 12 GB. There are certain options here. It will take me at least one session actually to explain you what is like volume type here, what is this IOPS, what is availability zone, what is this snapshot, all these things. It will take at least one session for me to explain. As of now, just see here how much storage I'm taking here, my friend. 12 GB storage. I'll just say create volume. Done. Can you see the message here? Successfully created volume with how much size? 12 GB size. It is still showing as creating here, right? But within some seconds, now see it is showing as available. It took me around 10 to 15 seconds to take 12 GB storage from AWS people. And from where I have taken this 12 GB storage? From this Singapore data center. I'm sitting in Hyderabad. I can keep my data in Singapore. It took only some seconds actually to take storage. If you want to increase, select this, actions, modify from 12. Let's say I'll go to 15. Some message, we'll see this later again. I'm just saying modify. See, say refresh here. How much I got here now? So simple, right? This is what we have achieved by this technology. It is very easy for companies to take resources. It is very, very easy for companies to take resources according to their requirements. So there is absolutely no problem there. They can simply take the resources and they can use the resources for their business. They can store data, they can run applications, they can do all the activities over the cloud. And whatever data is stored in this 15 GB, actually 15 GB I'm taking from Singapore, right? So is it protected? Is it protected physically? First of all, of course it is protected physically. Is it protected from hackers? Of course it is protected from hackers. So it's not like only taking 15 GB data, 15 GB storage. We have to keep data inside 15 GB storage, right? So that protection is more important. Protecting our data is more important there, right? So we have better security here, my friend. We have very excellent security features, so using which we can simply store our data there and we can simply, run our business. So we don't need to worry about the physical infrastructure. Now my project is over. I don't need this storage now. I can select this storage. I can go to actions and I can simply say delete volume. Some message, data is permanently deleted, but right now there is no data there, right? But still, if there is a data, it will be permanently deleted. So I'm saying delete here. Done. Where is the storage here? So for how much time I use this storage here? For like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So they may charge me only for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. If I use this storage for like 3 weeks, they will charge me for 3 weeks. If I use this storage for like last 3 years, they will charge me for last 3 years. No basic charges or no minimum charges. How much we use, that much we need to pay. This is the world of cloud computing, my friend, where we are taking the resources from a cloud provider. I repeat, we are taking the resources from a cloud provider and we are running our business. Whether it is server to run application or storage to store data. These are the two major components, servers and storage. Firewalls and routers, all these are supporting characters. Without firewall, see, in firewall and router, we're not storing any data like our documents, files and folders. Nothing will be there in firewall and a router. Firewall has some configuration related with security. A router has some configuration related with communication. That's it. But there is no data like, in our desktop or laptop, we can have some files here. Let us say there is a file with the name subnetting here, folder with the name Linux administration, folder with the name MCAC, folder with the name CCN. You can see this. These files and folders we cannot create inside our routers and firewalls. They are designed for separate purpose. So our main device is actually this storage and this server. But without firewall and without router, we cannot access these devices. So this is the way it works, my friend. Okay, so this is something about cloud. So cloud is a concept where we can take all the resources. Let me just take you back to the Amazon definition again. Very simple definition. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. You know, in the year 2006, actually, they started providing cloud services. Before 2006, officially there was no cloud service. Unofficially, actually, we were using cloud in some other way, in some other manner. But you know, officially there was no cloud. So what was there before 2006? You know, before 2006, our email servers were there. Yahoo server and Google server, they are there from late 1990s actually, right? So people who were using Yahoo server, Yahoo mail server and Gmail server in the year 2001, 2000, 2002, back in those days, they were using cloud computing only. But you know, officially the terminology was not there. Officially the services were not there. They used to just call it as a mail server. So in the year 2002, when people used to send emails, the email will first go to the Gmail server. From the Gmail server, it will go to the other person. Let us say I'm sending an email to Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi. So if I send the email to the Prime Minister of India, the email will not go to the Prime Minister of India directly. From my computer, the email will go to the mail server. From mail server, it will go to the destination person, right? The receiver. So this mail server is acting as a cloud now. Before it was unofficial cloud, but now it is completely official cloud. So the biggest companies here are Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. If you just go there and see the record, there is a company called Gartner's. Actually, every year they will do some surveys. I hope I can show you that survey. I have not seen this survey for 2022 and 2023, but I can say with 100% guarantee this year also it will be AWS as the top leader. You can just check it after completing class. It is called Magic Gartners actually. So these people, they will do surveys every year, not only for this cloud, for different, you know, technologies and for different business. So for last 12-13 years continuously, actually, AWS is at #1 place. Then it is Microsoft, then it is cloud. So these are the top 3 leaders. But you know, my friend, when I said these are the 3 big companies, I'm not saying like they're like very close to each other. Let me just, you know, give an example here. Remember in our school days, we used to get marks out of 100, right? Suppose one of your friend got a mark like, let us say 98 out of 100. The second person is getting, let's say 70, right? So the first person is 98, first person score 98, second person score 70. But you know, my friend, there is a huge difference here, right? It is not like, you know, first person is getting 98, second person is getting, let us say 96. Still it will be #1 and #2. 98 will be like the first place, 96 will be like at the second place. But see the difference here, there is a huge difference there, right? So the difference is this: Amazon, suppose if it is getting 98 points, Microsoft is getting 70 and maybe less than 70. So Amazon people have way more services to offer, okay, compared to Microsoft and Google. Done. Having said that, if you want to survive and if you want to succeed in cloud and if you want to see yourself working in cloud for many more years to come, or till the time you retire from your, you know, job and all those things, means, you know, once you get some sufficient money, it's human nature, right? You may also retire. So if you want to, like, you know, survive in this business or survive in this, you know, field for many more years to come, my suggestion will be, after this AWS, learn Microsoft Azure also. Theoretically, AWS and Azure are same. See, when I say this is what we have in cloud, did I mention like this is what we have in AWS? No, I'm saying cloud. So we have virtual machines in AWS, virtual machines in Microsoft, virtual machines in Azure. We have, you know, storage in AWS, storage in Microsoft Azure, storage in Google Cloud. Security is there in every cloud platform. Route table is there in every cloud platform. Done. Okay, so there is a message here. In the year 2003 also, AWS is recognized as a leader. I hope this is not a question, this is a comment. So if it is a comment, of course it is possible. If this is a question, still the answer is same. It will be AWS which will be recognized as the market leader. Okay, but again, having said that, like I said to you, if you want to get more success in this field, if you want to, like, you know, get more job opportunities. I'm not saying like first, once you finish your AWS, start your Azure. No, finish your AWS in next 45 days, 50 days, take some time, 20 days, 1 month, prepare everything from AWS, revise everything, then just go with this Azure. It will be like very easy for you to learn Azure. So these two technologies should be there with you. Then you're, one of the very few people who you can go very far. Okay, it's a comment, right? Fine. Okay, so I hope you understood how things will be coming for us in coming days and weeks. Hopefully, this is what we will do. So we will be learning about securities, routers, storage, virtual machines, and operating systems. Don't pressurize yourself. Don't feel like, okay, do we need to learn this many things? It will be great fun, my friend. It will be very interesting. AWS people have, put everything in front of us in a very simplified and easy way. What you see here is the AWS console. This is the exact console you will get when you start working in a company. There will not be any difference, my friend. There will not be any difference. This is the same account available there. Hopefully in coming classes, I'll show you how to create the account, but the account will be same. The, concepts will be same. The configuration will be same. The troubleshooting will be same. So luckily, these companies, they are providing us to create a free account so that we can do practice and we can simply learn everything about this particular technology. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow we'll go with a very important topic here called virtualization. Actually, let me just see what we can do. This is one topic. So I'm not sure tomorrow the link will be same or not, because actually the link should have been changed today itself. But I was waiting for the new link. I joined here actually at 9:10 or 9:12, 10 minutes late at least. So I'm not sure why they have not changed the link, but most probably tomorrow you will get a new link, my friend. So I don't think they will share this free link with you from tomorrow. We have only like a couple of basic classes or maximum 3 classes. Today is actually the official class, but anyhow, we still have some time here, friends. So if you have any doubts or questions that are related with cloud or anything which is related with cloud, feel free to send your questions. Hopefully we can have some discussion here. And before we come tomorrow at 9 p.m. India Standard Time, we'll be much more ready with our concepts. And like I said, you friends, tomorrow you will get a new link. Okay, friends, so it's up to you now. I'm here for like at least couple of minutes. And coming to our friends Jayesh and Ram, and any other person who joined today, I don't think so. So once you finish this session, you will get a link, and hopefully they will share all the details with you, the yesterday and before yesterday class, and you can just go through the sessions actually.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So we don't need to take follow from him. Directly they will send.
Most probably the email address that you have entered here, hopefully that's correct. Actually, just check it once. If that is
Yes.
correct, then they will send the mail on this particular mail ID, and they will share all the details with you.
Okay, sir. I
Okay,
have
fine.
completed all the formalities, commercial formalities.
Okay, fine. Okay, friends. So, okay, there is a question like there will be assignments and homework. Oh, I can give some assignments and homework, but you're not available here to get some punishment, right? So yeah, we will do some, practicals and all those things. If you just follow the practicals and if you repeat the practicals with some changes, that will be like more than enough. Once you start the theoretically, actually we need to discuss many things. Practically things are more easier. Always remember one thing, my friend, whenever you see something which is in graphical presentation, it will be easy for you to configure. If you go with Linux servers, let me just show you some Linux server here. Actually, why people are afraid of Linux server? People are afraid of Linux server here because in Linux everything is based on command. Let me just start a Linux machine. Okay, there is a question here like after the course completion, how can we call roles and responsibilities? Or after the completion of the course, what roles and responsibilities you can get? Maybe that can be a better question. Same thing. You're called as the cloud administrator or cloud architect, and your responsibility can be on any one of the service. It can be on virtual server, it can be on operating system, it can be on storage, it can be on security, like this. Okay, mkdir AWS class. Okay, see here, why people are afraid of Linux is everything is command here, right? So this is the reason people are afraid of Linux. There is no need or there is nothing here to be afraid of, my friend. Everything is quite simple and quite clear. Okay, but still people are just afraid because everything we have to use or we have to do in commands. Fine. Like for example, if I'm creating a file here, let's say cat AWS. AWS is too good. ls-ltr. Can you see here AWS file has been created? When it is created, 5 September at what time? 10:01. Okay, some details will be there. What I'm trying to show you here is in AWS everything is graphics. See, everything is graphics and everything you can do in commands also. Okay, so that's the reason I'm saying although we have to learn different services here, but the services will be more easier to learn, more interesting, and you will enjoy the configurations and you will feel much better when you do the configurations. Okay, friends, I enjoy Linux over Java and Python. My friend, there is a message here actually from one of our friend, and he says he enjoys Linux more than anything else. If you can enjoy Linux, my friend, you can reach great heights in your career. I just repeat what I said here. If you enjoy the Linux servers, you will definitely go to the highest position in this particular field. Got it? Linux is such a big thing. I always say this, just do a favor to yourself by learning Linux. It is such an important part of our life. If you're not a Linux administrator, still we are using Linux somewhere. Okay, anyhow, this is not a Linux session, just for the record purpose I'm saying this. But anyhow, overall, this is what we have here, my friend. Okay, so before I stop the session, last thing again, like I said you, tomorrow you will get a new link. So in case if you need to talk to them, in case if you have any questions or doubts, let me just share their numbers. I already shared the I think they already shared the numbers in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, I'll share the same numbers again. These are their numbers, my friend. So you can reach on these numbers, and yeah, whatever doubts, whatever questions you have. Fine. And if you want to talk to me directly for any reason, hopefully that scenario will not come there, but still if you want to talk to me, then they will make a conference call. But overall, whatever doubts you have, you can simply come to us at any time. Yeah, Jayesh, I'll be starting Linux classes hopefully at the end of this month. I'm actually more busy with some of my existing, some of my prior commitments. Okay, so once I finish those projects and commitments, hopefully I'll be starting the latest version, actually Linux 9.0. Okay, fine. Anyhow, but for as of now, this is our AWS sessions, my friend, and these are the numbers. If you have any doubts and questions, you can simply contact them. Okay, so with this, we'll stop the session here, friends. And Ram, again, I'm repeating because you joined the session for the first time. Please contact them. They will share all the recorded sessions with you. You can just go through the sessions and you can take the decision before tomorrow 9 p.m. because from tomorrow, new link will come. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
so that's it. yeah, that's it, friends. That's it for the day. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow at same time. Bye. Good night.